Welcome back to Dunstan Kiwi Bred. Sham Express is one of only a handful of new season sires to begin their stud careers in New Zealand this season. We headed to Windsor Park Stud to cast our eye over the stallion labelled the fastest son of O'Reilly to stand at stud.
Sham Express starting to flash home on the outside. Moment of change, aeronautical. Sham Express, the 3-year-old, mows them down. Last stride, he's got there.
Rodney, yourself and Nelson are very excited to announce the arrival of new sire Sham Express. What was the process like to get him here to Windsor Park?
Oh look, we'd been following Sham Express from the early days of his racing, and about a year ago, just after he won the Newmarket, I approached Danny to see if we could buy the horse. He was not on the market then, but so I've followed him very closely since then. And after the all-age stakes, it was a bit of a process, and thanks with Bruce Perry, helped us negotiate it, and went over and had a look at the horse and secured him. So
you've put together a syndicate. How large is it?
Oh well, the syndicate we've sold 16 shares in the horse for 50, but we've got some really good syndicate members. Some of the major studs, Waikato Stud, Little Avondale, Trelawney. We've got Valachi Downs. Niako, some really great farms. So we're really happy in some of our good clients and good breeders. So very happy with the syndicate we put together.
He's one of 5 sires here at Windsor Park Stud now. What does his inclusion add to the lineup?
Oh, he's a really exciting horse. He's a very fast horse. Being by O'Reilly, he's probably the fastest son of O'Reilly. Very fast, but he's got a sort of middle distance pedigree, so he's going to go over our mares really well, and he's such a good physical type. He's going to be a real bonus for the farm.
Trainer Danny O'Brien says he's one of the most impressive individuals he's clapped eyes on. When you viewed him in Melbourne, what was your first impression?
Well, look, we always say when we're buying a stallion, if you don't love them when they walk out of the box, you don't try and love them. So he was a really easy one for me. He just walked out. He's got so much presence. I mean, I knew what he'd look like from the TV, but when you saw him walk out of the box, he looked like he was already at stud. And this is a horse that had only raced a month before, so it was a no-brainer for me.
Let's talk about his pedigree page, because it oozes appeal, especially in a sentimental sense, to Windsor Park, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, like it's he's out of a mare called Volks Rose, who's by Volksrad, who stood here, 8 times champion sire for us. And when you see him on the video today, you'll see a fair bit of Volksrad in him. His next dam's by Grosvenor, and we had David Benjamin here the other day, and he said, he saw a fair bit of Grosvenor in him as well. So if he's anything like those his first 3 sires, we'll be very happy.
Stakes winner of over $1 million, very impressive as a 2-year-old, Group 1 winner at 3. He won the time-honoured Newmarket handicap, and he raced in top company his whole career, didn't he?
He did. One of the first race that he ran as a 2-year-old at Flemington, he broke 33 for the last 600, which is, for any horse to do that, is exceptional, and to do it at your first start, it really shows that quality. So right from day one, he showed he had a huge amount of ability. And to win a Group 1 sprint as a 3-year-old in Australia, you've got to be at the highest level. And he trained on to be weight for age Group 1 placed as a 4-year-old, so he trained on, and one of the highest sprinters rated in Australia. So look, for us, he's a really good fit.
He's been here several weeks now. How's he settled in?
He settled in really well. I'm sure he's looking forward to the months ahead. But look, as I said to you, when we went to see him, he looked like he'd already let down, and he's just continued to do so. He's got a great nature. He's a bit of a character, which I like to see in the stallions. And look, we're just looking forward to getting into the season.
You mentioned earlier he is the fastest son of O'Reilly to stand at stud. How popular has he been since you announced him?
Well, today we've decided that we'll close his book, so he's been really popular. As I say, he's got a few shareholders in him, and obviously they're going to send mares, but the outside bookings have been fantastic. So look, we're in for a good year.
What type of mares are you hoping to see come to him? What are the crosses you're looking at?
Look, the good thing about this horse, he's going to suit a lot of mares. Having that middle distance sort of pedigree, but having a lot of speed, he's going to suit those mares that stayers. we're a big believer that we don't like, putting that real fast speed overstaying mares, but because of his pedigree, we're going to be able to get away with it. The likes of Thorn Park could leave those Derby winners and things like that, and it's going to be the same for Sham. So like O'Reilly was, O'Reilly was such a fast horse, but he's, he can leave a 2 miler. So I'm pretty sure he's going to go very well over the New Zealand broodmare band.
So with the full book this season, Rodney, are you satisfied with the quality of it?
Oh look, as I say, we've got some of the best studs sending mares, so I'm sure the mares are going to be of top quality, and we'll be sending some of our top mares to him.
He tops your service fee asking price, $16,000. How did you establish his value?
Well, look, he wasn't a cheap horse to buy. We paid 5 million Australian for him, which is a lot of money, and we feel that's at about the level he sat in the market, and we think he's good value at that.
With such a positive response from breeders, the future looks bright for Sham Express. It's now time for Kiwi Bred Abroad, and this time we're off to Singapore with New Zealand Bloodstock's Mike Kneebone.
Hi and welcome to another edition of Kiwi Bred Abroad. It's the show brought to you the compliments of the Singapore Turf Club, who race from their base here at Kranji every Friday and Sunday. Well, on this week's show we'll be catching up with New Zealand champion trainer Laurie Laxon, and we'll be having a look at his 2-year-old champion racehorse Affleck. He's by Battle Paint, who stands down in the Waikato at the Campins Checkers Stud.
It's Affleck in front, the filly Kiwi Karma trying to run it down. Affleck the leader by a length and a half. Kiwi Karma tries hard on the outside, but Affleck's going to be too good for them in the Juvenile Championship. Affleck wins at a length and a quarter, Kiwi Karma.
Laurie, you've dominated the 2-year-old series this year at Kranji. None better than Affleck.
No, he's a good horse, Affleck. He's strong, he's improving. While he was a good 2-year-old, I'm sure he'll make a better 3-year-old.
He came from the Cambridge the Cambridge trials.
Yes, he trialled there. Phil Cataldo spotted him, and he recommended that I buy him. And the Campen brothers had him, and so we bought him.
Affleck probably should have won just about every start he's had. The day he ran second to Kiwi Karma, he had an excuse that day.
Yes, he did. We didn't realise, but he actually had a lot of mucus, and so he wasn't getting a lot of oxygen, and he still ran second, and most other horses would have run last. So, no, he certainly knows where the winning post is.
You've had some really good 2-year-olds this season as well, Laurie. Mexican Girl, Exceed Express, Kiwi Karma, of course. You must be pretty happy with the way those have all gone this year.
Yeah, they've all seemed to dominate. As usual, the New Zealand horses usually dominate the Oz Horse series, and this year was no exception.
Last year, the New Zealand War Affair was the 2-year-old champion and went on to be the 3-year-old champion. Is it looking that way for Affleck, do you think, Laurie?
I'd say it's very positive signs about that, Michael. He's got a good temperament, and he just knows what he's doing.
We're only 3 months out to the end of the premiership. You've hit the front. Do you reckon you'll be able to stay there and take it out 9 times?
Oh, I think it's a strong possibility. I think as we speak, we're about 7 in front and of the second man, and he's got a lot of nice horses, but so have I. I've got, the horses like Affleck and the other horse you mentioned, Exceed Express. I've got Goodman and Daniel, Booker Falls. They've got a very nice team of horses.